Hey everyone, Brandon Wolf here, Vice President and co-founder of the Dru Project. I just want to start by saying I hope that all of you are staying safe right now. And I hope that you're finding ways to take care of yourselves during what is a very challenging time in our country. If you don't mind, I'd like to talk a little bit about the last 4 years and the road ahead for us. A few of us gathered around a table and formed the Dru Project after the shooting at Pulse in 2016. It was a brutal act of hatred and bigotry that ended with 49 innocent souls losing their lives, including our best friend, Dru Leinonen. After that, we came together because we wanted to honor Dru by ensuring that the very best parts of him were kept alive. And so, of course, we knew that meant supporting LGBTQ young people. We knew that meant creating pathways to help them get an education. We knew that meant empowering future Drus, whether they be doctors, teachers, politicians, even mental health specialists. We wanted to keep the best parts of Dru alive because the very best part of Dru was his unwavering belief in the value and worth of everyone. You see, the Dru Project launched with its sights on a world that Dru would have been proud to live in. A world where every single person is treated with the dignity and respect that they deserve. Well, you don't have to look far to see that that is not yet the world we live in. The brutal murder of George Floyd has ignited a conversation about the deep wound of racism that festers in our country. But it runs so much deeper than George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery and Tony McDade and the countless Black trans women who are murdered in our streets. This country is plagued with deep systemic racism and institutionalized injustice. To be honest with you, the path forward is not going to be easy. It's going to take policy change. It's going to take civic engagement. It's going to take each of us using our right to vote. It's going to take us protesting, holding our elected officials accountability. And it is going to take a willingness from each of us to get uncomfortable and ask how we can do better each and every day. And that goes for this organization as well. Now is the time for the Dru Project to recommit to the creed that launched our work, to keep the best parts of Dru alive, and to fight for a world he'd be proud of. That means continuing to amplify LGBTQ young voices. It means continuing to give them access to resources in the classroom through our small grants program and our GSA guide. And it also means understanding what we are doing to remove obstacles and barriers to ensuring that Black and Brown LGBTQ young people have access to higher education. As we approach June 12th, this is the time when we would typically find ourselves in full fundraising mode. But instead, you'll notice here on Facebook that we've postponed a few of our fundraisers. And we simply ask that if you're supporters of our work, if you believe in the vision of a world that Dru would have been proud of, consider pitching into organizations fighting racial injustice on the ground right now. Listen, we're still very excited to share our scholarship award recipients with you this year, but instead of our usual lineup of drag queen performances and other fun events, dance parties, we've decided that this is the moment to stay laser focused on amplifying the Black voices on the front lines and the important dialogue that they are helping to engage in across this country. In that vein, I'd also like to invite you to a really special conversation we've cooked up between myself and YouTube star Kingsley on Wednesday, June 10th at 4 p.m. You can stream it right here on the Dru Project's Facebook page. And we're going to talk about things that might be comfortable, might be uncomfortable. We're going to talk about what it means to be queer and Black in America today. And we're going to talk about why the LGBTQ community has such an important role in this fight right now. June is Pride Month, and usually that means we're off celebrating with parades and floats and unicorns and rainbows. But in light of the conversation that we are having right now across America, I'm also obligated to remind you that our progress, our pride, was forged in the flames of protest. A resistance to police brutality at Stonewall galvanized us. It pushed us to organize and paved the way for the progress that we celebrate today. Our community knows what it means to be pushed down, be beaten up, and told that our lives don't matter. This is not the moment to be silent on the sideline. This is not the moment for business as usual. Instead, this is our moment to get in the fight for justice, to keep not just the best parts of Dru alive, but to keep the best parts of our humanity alive. I hope you'll join that fight with us. See you soon.